Hi, this is JASON Montoya, and you're listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ian Taylor, and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective, an awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, the details of which are at the end of this podcast, so come check us out. With me is my co-pilot in all things Marvel cards. He's been in self-isolation for years, as his lame-ass character is on the banned list. It's Norrin Rad.
Damn, smack talk this mother. Okay. I didn't know that. All right, that's okay. My surfboards are gonna mess you up. I'm done with this stuff, man. I don't need this kind of abuse.
I couldn't resist. Oh, never mind. How are you, buddy? You well?
I'm well. Are you well?
I'm well. I'm indoors.
Perfect.
I'm well. So yes, it's the way you've got to be. So we're not going to dwell too much on all the
crazy word stuff
and drang, because I'm sure you guys pop us in your ears just to kind of think about other stuff and not have that in your face all the time. So all I will say at the top is just look after yourselves and look after each other and just be nice to one another. And stop buying too much toilet roll. But apart from that, how's your hobby week been?
It's been really good. Tell me about yours really quickly.
Tell me about mine really quickly. Well, let me see. What's been happening this week? Well, I've been rearranging my loft. So it will be finished next week. But the beauty of it is I will have all of my cards immediately to hand at my desk when I'm recording, which will just be much, much nicer. At this point, I should probably tell the listeners that Nolan has completely left his computer and walked away. So I'm now actually talking to myself. He's back now, so we can stop talking about him. There he is. He's back.
I'm here. I've never left. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I kind of suddenly, it was rabbit in headlights then, because I hadn't had anything mentally prepared. I was going to have you answer that one.
I'm so sorry. I'm ready to answer if we want to.
Well, the thing is, you've had a nutty old week, because I know that I genuinely don't know where you find the time for this, because we're both holding down a full-time job. I've got the added. I mean, I know you've got two pets. I've only got the one and a 4-year-old, and I barely have time to do the trades I do.
So in terms of busy,
but when you go in for something, you finish it remarkably quickly. So tell us what you started and finished since it was last just the two of us.
Yes. So I started. I don't even know when I started this. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
It was less than that.
Oh God, I think it was just a week. Wow, that was fast.
I think it was just under 10 days, actually.
I think it was under 10 days. Wow, that's even more impressive now. I didn't realize.
Yeah, the world ended while you did it. But that's okay.
Yeah, by the way, why did hell freeze over when I decided to finally get into a set? So I went ahead and I completed the Marvel Masterpiece 2018 Preliminary Art insert set.
Nice.
It's a set of 90 cards. And each card is limited to 120. So,
really,
that's a fact.
Oh wow! I had that had. I think I remember hearing that at some point, but I kind of forgot it.
Yeah, no, so did I. Because I went for this set because I wanted to have a master set of that insert set, because I was kind of like, all right, I need to go ahead and do this. I was really excited because it's basically my favorite insert. And after we were talking to Upper Deck Matt, I kind of realized, I was like, you know what? That is my favorite insert set. And I want to kind of have a full master set. And also what helped motivate me a little bit was that I was able to get a redemption card for preliminary art.
Oh, okay. So for those who don't know what that is, what is that? Because it's separate to the preliminary art set, which is cards made of the images in various states of their creation that Simone Bianchi did for the Marvel Masterpieces 2018 set.
Right. For the 2018 set, Basically, there were 3 types of redemption cards, or 4 technically. One was the uncut What If sheet, which is basically a poster-sized sheet of all the cards and same thickness, front and back. And then a base uncut sheet, which is the same thing, just with base instead of the variation of What If. And then the third one is the redemption card I got, which is 1 out of 1,473 packs, rareness type of thing. So there's only 88 or 87 of them in the entire set of those redemption cards, which give you a preliminary art sketch. And those preliminary art sketches sometimes match one of the inserts from the preliminary Marvel Masterpiece 2018. Some of them don't have to be matches. They could be matches just from the card series. That's right. Or it could be a version of a card that Simone didn't go with, as we've seen in the group. And we have all of these listed and in the albums as well.
Yes.
The fourth type of redemption card, which was only 2 of them, which was one was for an Iron Man painting of original art. And I think the other painting was Iceman?
Oh, yes, I think it was.
I think it is.
Yes.
So those are the 4 types of redemption cards. And I knew I was going to go for this set because it's pretty much my favorite set that I've ever had, that's ever come out. And because of that, I was like, I'm going to get it. And then I got the redemption card for such a solid price, even though it is very much a gamble. I got it for such a solid price that basically I was like, let me go ham on the set. I was able to make the full set with all of the support in the hobby and on ePack from really great people. And I only spent, should I say the price? Maybe I shouldn't say the price.
It's up to you.
Okay. So this is, okay, $210. It only took me $210 to put together the whole set.
Okay.
Which
Fair
I
enough.
think is a really good deal.
Yeah.
Considering that the prices are everywhere. Because I didn't want to. They extremely vary.
They're all over the map.
I'm very happy with that. Yeah. Because it is a rare set, and it's rarer than the purple set, which is out of 200. Each one of those cards. So there's only 200 sets available of the purple set.
Yeah, the purple's limited to 199. So it's numbered to 199. So
199.
There's 200 of those, yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So it's not as rare as the orange, but it is rarer than the purple. So I was like, okay, let me jump in here. And then they, people like to do this weird pricing thing that bothers me a bit where they, the last 9 cards of the set are considered the tier 4. That's not true. If they're all out of 120, there's no tier 4. And then people's speculation on what character is more expensive than another character. Yeah. I understand. People got to do what they got to do. But the rate for all these cards are still the same.
I mean, the thing is with the PA set, the numbering of the 1 to 90, for a start, it doesn't match the 1 to 90 of Marvel Masterpieces 2018. So therefore, the tiers 1, 2, 3, 4 malarkey that they did with the base set doesn't actually apply to the preliminary art. But a lot of people price it in a way that reflects the preliminary art ones. So, for example, Venom is a tier 3 character in the set, and yet it's card PA4. But but people charge more for it because it's Venom. So you do have that pricing going on. But also the PA cards, the preliminary art, also, they don't necessarily follow just the cards that are in the 1 to 90. Some of them are the holo foils. Some of them are the Battle Spectra. And some of them are the canvas. Not the canvas, the gallery cards. So it is a set that draws from any one of the 140 paintings that Simone did for the set. It's not just a parallel of the 1 to 90.
Which I really like. I like the variation of it a lot.
It mixes it up. And some of the cards, what I find interesting about it, because I've got Marvel Masterpieces 2018 is such a big set. I've actually got a second binder for it now, and I'm just going to hold it up for you. That's a thick binder. That's a good 3 and a bit inches. I mean, you'd be happy with that on a rainy night. So the
I am. But yeah, let's keep going.
The PA. I've gone already. The PA cards. I'm just looking through them. Some of them are very just pen and ink on white background. Some of them have more shading. Some of them have color blocks that have been done. Some of them have color. So, for example, there's one PA59, which is Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus, and Spider-Man is colored in the foreground.
Yeah,
but Dr. Octopus in the background is still very much outline.
Yes.
Mix of ink and pencil. You've got a similar thing with Daredevil, where the card is just, it's kind of almost like a grayscale, I guess.
Yeah.
But the one that astounds me is the Magneto, which I actually
Magneto's
think the preliminary art,
that's crazy.
I actually think it's nicer than the base card.
Yeah, and that was
stunning.
the other thing about, I love Simone Bianci's work across all ranges, but for me and my taste, his preliminary stuff is the stuff that gets me just like.
But this is what's so interesting about it, is that there's no if you look at the Man-Thing one, which is the second to last one, it's a PA89. It is literally, it's very rough, very preliminary. And quite kind of unfinished, and it's only just got the definition of the character. So you've got a real variation there. What I love about it, which I think is what tickles your boat, is you can really see the process.
Yeah, that's exactly what I like. That's it. I'm we've never had a set like this in Marvel, in Marvel cards, where you get to see this kind of process before the completed process. At least from my understanding, I don't think there's ever been an insert that's done that yet.
Yeah.
From what I know, I really love the idea of seeing the artist's work, and I like seeing the ideas transparent in the piece. Even though I love the final product, but I wanted a set, and I have a real soft spot for Bianci's work, and MM18 is, if not one of my favorites of what's come out recently, for sure. I wanted to kind of like have the insert as a memory of collecting that set.
You can see where he's changed his mind.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it in the creative process. You can see where he's decided to go in a different direction.
The Spider-Man too.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man one, he's changed his mind from the pose a little bit. And it's just really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Well done. Hats off to you. I've still not finished mine, like 2 years in.
How many cards did you have left?
I've maybe got about 20 to go. I know I've got some on e-packs that aren't physically with me. So if I check on my e-packs, just 1 second, hold the line, caller. I'll just check my wish list on e-packs. But I remember when it first came out, I was always knowing I'd want to go for it, and I actually bought a few lots of them. Because I realized very quickly that it was going to get limited, and especially when people started pricing them in accordance with how rare it was in the main set.
No, I was really shocked to get it because it's one per box.
Yeah.
And I was really shocked to get it as quickly as I did. Honestly, I just hustled, and of course, Collectors Club helped me out, and Peggy was really helpful as well, and then of course you. And then there was some really great people on e-pack who sold me lots for a very reasonable price, which I was going to take my time on the lot if I got the prices I wanted, just for me, just because it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm not going to make a profit off this. It's really just to have the cards and have them be forever keepsakes. So I'm not going to spend loads of money on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I need 17 of them.
17. Wow.
17. So
that's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good going. Well, I actually picked up, so I got a load at the beginning, so I got maybe 30 or so. And then when e-packs flooded the market, people were selling them off really cheap. Like people who weren't going for the set who pulled them. And you could get them on ComC for like $2, $3, $4. Mm-hmm. And I just had a search set for anything new listed on ComC that was under $5.
Smart.
And for you remember, because they all landed with you.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So every few weeks you'd get a little package through from ComC, which would be like 3, 4, or 5 cards. And so I bulked out another maybe 50 odd that way, over a very short space of time. Of course, that has now dried up a bit, and I haven't looked at it for a while because I'm one of these. This is one of my bad collecting habits, and maybe this can be a segue for another episode. But one of my bad collecting habits is I'm terrible at finishing sets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I get distracted.
So many, though.
Yeah, but I get distracted by the new thing, and then I go off and do that before I finish this one. So that's why it was such a big deal for me to finish Marvel 80th.
Yeah, man, that's a crazy set to finish on top of that.
Well, my transfer cart on ePack at the moment has got over 540 cards in it.
Oh my God.
And most of that is Marvel 80th. So, but yeah, obviously the clippings I'll be doing over a much longer period of time, and probably divvying that up between ePack and eBay and ComC.
Yeah, I get my package from ComC April 6th.
Okay. So what's going to be in there? Is that your PA cards?
It's going to be the PA set plus the rest of my Moonstars from Fleer Ultra, which I have all of them except for the one of one.
Yeah.
So I have a rainbow of her.
Nice.
And then there's something else in there as well. My Spot Power Blast. Oh, by the way, that you gave me because you're a god.
Yes.
Because you're the best. I have now officially a master collection of Spot. Every character every card that's ever come out featuring him, I believe I have.
That's brilliant. Obviously, there might be sketches out there, but
yeah, sketches. No, I have like a good like 4 sketch card. I'm gonna do a 9-page for him, and then I have all of his base inserts and stuff. I need to find more plates, but other than that, I pretty much have a variation of everything.
That's really cool. Well done.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's only like 8-9 cards, but I kind of really like it.
I spotted that you'd put on the group that you've got an all creative up in here, and you've done a little Marvel Masterpieces PA like wallpaper.
Oh yeah,
desktop wallpaper. Well, first of all, you've got to send me that, and secondly,
yes.
Our gift to you folks. If with your blessing, Norrin, we'll put on the tasting notes and on the page a link to download that, so you can have that for your desktop. So we want to start giving you guys a little bit more free stuff, as if the sounds of our voice wasn't enough. Because Norrin, you have got mad skills on the Photoshop side of things.
Aye, way too kind.
No, it's impressive. I mean, everything you see, folks, all the artwork, all the frames, all the logos, it's all you.
I appreciate it. I'm happy to do it, man. It's funny doing this stuff. I don't know who else would get giddy about these designs, so it cracks me up.
No, you do really
that when I put stuff up, everyone's like, yes! And I'm like, oh. It just makes me excited to do it again.
Good. Well, keeping you excited is worth getting up in the morning for. I'm going to talk. I'm just going to do a very quick mail call, if I may.
Mail call.
Because we had a review on iTunes that I just wanted to read out because it was really fun. And this I said it before and I'll say it again, and we might be talking to the same people who've already left us reviews or liked us or shared us. But if you like us and you dig us, please do leave us a review on iTunes, or hit the 5-star rating, or both, or leave us a review on the Facebook page. It really helps if you can share the Facebook page, or just talk about the podcast on your own social media, or just to your friends, even though you can't actually talk to your friends apart from remotely at the moment. Yeah, let's not go into that. So, so on the 18th of February, someone called Billy Boy the Kid left us a review on iTunes. Fun, addictive, and educational. This is a great podcast. The hosts, Ian and Norrin, are super fun to listen to. They have such great knowledge about Marvel collecting cards. They are also a joy during the day and have lots of interesting things to talk about. I'm sorry, just the phrasing of that. I'm a joy during the day. I'm an absolute miserable at night, and I'll bleep that out. But I look forward to this every week, and I've really enjoyed adding a spark into my collecting hobby. Thanks, Ian and Norrin. Thanks, Billy Boy the Kid.
Thank you, man. That's so awesome.
That's really sweet. So thank you for that. And I've had a real mail call today that I'm about to show you. And you knew I was getting these, but my goodness, they arrived from Canada very quickly. Brace yourself.
Oh,
the enormous talent of Tony Perner. I'm showing Norrin, and these will be on the tasting notes, folks. Tony and Elaine put a post up where they are selling. Tony has done some sketches on some blank covers of Marvel books. So I have in my hand a copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1. Amazing Spider-Man's been relaunched so many times. I've got no idea which which #1 it is, but it's Black Cat, and he's done the most remarkable job on it.
Now, the Black Cat that Tony did, which I think is what he always excels at and what he's known for, is that he gives these full body poses that are completely dynamic, properly proportioned, and not properly, I mean like beautifully proportioned. And they feel like, it just feels like really neat, really strong, beautiful lines. And she's popping through a window. Probably
it's not a beauty pose.
No, it's not a beauty pose. She's fierce. She's flying through a window, getting into a warehouse, it looks like, to stop some criminal element or to steal something.
But check out the falling glass shot.
No, it's awesome. And the shattered glass
perspective,
gives this beautiful 3D perspective where it's some in the foreground, background, middle ground, and it's just this great spacing in between of everything.
I love it. Great. So
sick.
I'm gonna just say thank you, Tony. Thank you, Elaine, for getting it to me so quickly. I mean, they mailed it from Canada on Monday or Tuesday, I think.
Whoa.
And it arrived this morning, and I was like, you know what? Week we've all had, that's perfect. So I'm very happy with that. Also, I know exactly who I'm going to be mailing a copy of my Black Cat #1 with the blank cover. One of them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tony, because I've got 5 of them that I've yet to commission anyone to do. Tony, I'm so having you do Black Cat on a Black Cat cover for me, if you would be so kind to do. And I will obviously give you one of the Queen's shillings or 5 to do that. So that's that one. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, I then saw that. And what I'm holding up now is a copy of Spider-Gwen #1 with Spider-Gwen drawn by Tony on the front. And it's just incredible.
Such a powerful, really cool pose.
Yeah. What I love about it is the brickwork, just the detail on the brickwork at the bottom.
Details.
I'll just move that in for you so you can see it. It's just, it's really simple and effective techniques, and there's some great shadow going on.
But look at his lines. His lines are just so perfect, and his faces are always so perfect.
Yeah. So he's drawn these really strong, and the moon. Look at the moon.
No, it looks great. And the centering with the Spider-Gwen at the top. It's a picture.
It's just these really strong.
It looks like a real cover. It does. It looks like a
female characters. Yeah. And, you know, I Tony's work, whether it's black or white or color, is just phenomenal. But his black and white ink work is second to none. And I think it works really well on these covers because these covers are predominantly red, black, and white.
No, they're awesome.
It just frames it really well. If you look at
they look. I mean, they're perfect Spider-Man colors.
Yeah,
black and red.
So these are going up on the wall.
I would.
These are going up on the wall. They're absolutely stunning. So Tony, Elaine,
nice pieces.
Thank you for that. What I will say, Tony and Elaine notwithstanding, obviously with the current situation, is all of your favorite artists that you like to get stuff from will probably be hurting a little bit at the moment with convention season not happening and consumer confidence being a little bit down. So if you dig Tony's work when you see it on the feed, if you dig any of the other artwork that we've posted on any episode, get in touch with that artist right now. And if you can't afford an AP from them, get a comic cover. If you can't afford a comic cover, just get a print from them. Just get something. Just help out the artists and, help out each other in the community if we can, because, it's these are hard times for the little people.
Yeah. If there ever is, and all these people we've spoken to and introduced on this show and everybody that we've ever had on, we know them. We've had people who've had interactions with them or we've had interactions with them. So if you ever have any trouble contacting anyone or you need some information or whatever the case may be, please just let us know. And we're happy to put you in contact with these people as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Absolutely. So one thing I do like about, I don't want to specifically go about Tony and Elaine. Of course, there are lots of other artists who you can spend money with. But Tony and Elaine do something really cool where they do little reproduction, trading card size, reproductions of sketch cards that he's done in the past. And they kind of keep them and they kind of reprint them on It's kind of very thick paper, but it's not quite trading cardstock thickness.
No.
They're really nice. They're really nice.
They're really nice. I have one. They gave me one that they did for a friend of mine who, which was Planet Hulk, and Silver Savage is there, and like Hulk and him are fighting. And it's a sketch card I always really liked. Obviously, it's a keeper for the collector, who's a friend of mine. But it was really cool to get a print of that in the size of a sketch card. Yeah. And that was really awesome to have.
Yeah. So, really affordable pocket money pieces is how I like to phrase that. So, whether you're a big spender or you just got pocket money, hit up your artist. Before I get on to what I wanted to talk about today, someone posted something on the group earlier on that I want to talk about because it will now be in Walmarts, although I get that people might not be out and about so much. So I did check, and I found them online as well. So actually, Norrin, while I'm doing this, I should probably send you the link to what I'm talking about. So overnight, I didn't know we were going to talk about this today, but we are now. Someone on the group posted a picture of something they got in Walmart, and oh, come on. Sorry. Bear with me. It's really annoyingly just kind of hanging on me. My browser here. So let me just go back. In fact, let me just restart the entire thing. That's better. Let's go to there. It is. Here we go. So in Walmart, and it says new on the Walmart website, and no one had posted them about them before. You can get Upper Deck Marvel Trading Cards Mystery Blaster Box. Whoa! I'm going to send you the link to it right now. So by the time people hear this, they will either be sold out because we've bought them all, or whatever. But it does allow online purchase if you are in the United States, I believe. I'm not sure about other territories. So I'm just going to send you these pictures through to you now, Norrin. So that's coming through, so we can look at this together. So it's Walmart, and what it seems to be Upper Deck have put out some of their product in kind of a box. Now, what intrigued me about it was the mix of product, and it's a small box. It's retailing at $9.99. But it's quite a chunky box when you look at the pictures on the website, and it's called a Mystery Power Box. And on the picture on the box, you can see a number of different sets. You can see Marvel Annual 2018-19. You can also see Marvel Gems.
Whoa, weird.
You can also see, where's the other picture? Bear with me. I've gone the wrong way. I've scrolled the wrong direction. I can't even drive this laptop. You can see Deadpool. You can see Marvel Gems, as I said. There's an Avengers set there as well, which looks like it's got sketch cards on. It's quite bizarre. So it says 2 booster packs, 1 mystery item, includes sketch cards, autographs, relics, hobby packs, and more, plus bonus items seeded 1 to 4. So it looks like, from the guy who posted on group, whose name is, I believe, Jason Molina. Let me just get his post up now because I saved it. I save so many links. I really do. I've got so many on my phone. That's not that one.
Is that real? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. So, Jason. So I've also sent you Jason's photo. So he bought 3 of them.
Oh, damn.
And he opened them, and basically, it seems to me like he's got a variety of packs, but they guarantee at least one of them's a hot pack. So it's got, either an autograph or a relic or something similar. So he's clearly got a pack of, several packs, in fact, of Marvel Annual 2018-19 in there. He's also got some earlier Marvel Annual series. From the looks of this, it looks like 2017. He's also got some Marvel Masterpieces 2018 in there. There was a pack of that in one of these boxes. Yeah. So if you, he's also got Civil War. So there's some MCU stuff as well. And we have some more Civil War. Yeah, you've got Marvel Masterpieces. You've got Daredevil. So basically, it's loads of different Upper Deck products, and it seems to be quite random. But on the Daredevil side of things, one of them is a sketch. So that was his. Yeah, that's right. His hit items were a single Marvel Masterpieces card from 2016. Just go. Just a regular base.
Yeah, I see.
12. And he also had a Daredevil sketch card. It's quite a bonkers combo, and it's a real kind of lottery. I find it really interesting that the Upper Deck.
I wonder if that's how they'll get rid of some of the unclaimed cards from EPAC.
Must be. It must be.
Right? Because otherwise they have to destroy them.
Yeah. So I can only imagine that the packs that were sealed have to be the leftover stock that was in retail stores, and then the cards that are in there just loose have to be from their EPACs inventory, because of course they wouldn't have ever gone into packs. I just think it's really interesting. It's kind of I remember when I was younger, if you used to go to like a seaside town in England, you would get like a bundle pack of comics from here we go. Right, Jason just sent me loads of photos of all of the stuff he pulled.
Yes.
It literally came in as we've been talking. So
I was looking at the comments.
So you can see. Yeah, he sent me a few more pictures of the boxes, and they've all come in. Yeah, one of the things in there is Deadpool and Friends versus System. There's a pack of those. He had his single cards were Marvel Masterpieces and a Hellcat sketch from Daredevil. And then, all sorts of other stuff. And I just thought it's actually, I mean, it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks really cool.
I think for $9.99, you're certainly getting your money's worth, especially when you compare about how much you spend on EPAC.
Wow.
If you drop $8.99 on EPACs on Marvel 80th, for example, you will only get 2 physical cards in that pack. This, you're getting at least 3 packs of cards.
I think what's really smart is that's something kids are going to pick up.
Exactly.
So that gets kids into the hobby.
Yeah, because Jason specifically said that he bought them. So I've lost the post now. I should have closed it down. He specifically said that he was in there, I believe, was out checking to see what Pokemon cards were out for my kids and saw them and said, why not? So it's at that price point that you want to kind of get an intro into the hobby. I find that fascinating.
I think it's great. I think it's smart.
And it says new. So I'm going to try. I said I was going to try. I will probably try and mail order a couple of these to come to you, because you don't want to be going out to a Walmart. And every time you go to Walmart and I tell you about this stuff there, your local Walmart never has it in.
It doesn't. I don't know what it is. No, it doesn't. And then like the Walmart near me is not the best, just because it's always overcrowded and they don't have the great organization skills. Like I don't know where they're putting stuff and then stuff. I don't know. It's been a nightmare ever since. I went to 2 of them, and one of them was nicely organized and just didn't have your CD. Yeah.
So what I was after, folks, it was a slight segue. I'm a massive fan of Huey Lewis and the News.
So good.
And I just absolutely love them. I always have. My first CD that I ever bought in the 80s when CD players came out, this is aging me now, was their second album, Picture This. And I had the CD for a good year and change before I got a CD player.
Wow, that's
and
crazy.
I just remember taking it into school and people being really impressed with it, and like and like the reflectivity of it, and people looking at themselves as if it was a mirror. And I was like, no, it's actually an album. It's like, how'd you play it? What'd you play it on? It's like, this is when CDs were just coming out.
I remember that when Laserdisc first started coming out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw
really have PlayStation over that much. But they, for those who may not know, Huey lost his. Well, he didn't lose his hearing. He's come down with something called Meniere's disease, which basically means that he can't hear pitch. He can't get pitch. Some days it's like a roaring jet engine in his ears, and other days he's kind of, he scores it on 1 to 10. So some days he has a 6, 7, 8 day and he's fine. Other days he can barely hear anything at all, and it sounds like there's a jet engine going off in his head. But he went on stage about 2.5 years ago, and he couldn't get pitch. He couldn't hear. All the musical instruments just sounded like a cacophony in his head, and he's not been able to sing or perform since. and this is a band that were on the road like, 120 gigs a year, touring like 15 people. Like, it was many, many people's livelihoods, and like selling out places all over the place because, they're good. And it stopped.
Yeah.
I had to cancel the rest of the year's gigs, and he's not been able to sing since. So, but at that point, they had 7 tracks recorded on vocals, and they've just released those as an album about a month ago called Weather. So if you want a really nice tight rhythm and blues rock album, Huey Lewis News Weather, I strongly recommend it. The reason I wanted Noran to go and get a Walmart copy of it was because Walmart have got a bonus disc, which is kind of like a greatest hits.
Yeah,
which isn't available over here, and I'll probably have them all, but I just wanted that version anyway. Segue of the week.
Segue of the week.
Wow, that was a segue. So anyway, go and check out these. If you do venture out, because it might be considered somewhere essential to go and get supplies and groceries. I don't know, but they are on the website. So I'll pop a link on the website as well. I'm going to grab a couple of them. I'm not going to grab many though, because just generally speaking, I've kind of had to stop spending because the exchange rate, because of all what's going on, has just gone through the floor for me. Like the pound,
I'm sure it has,
lowest level in decades with the escalation of things over here. So I should stress that even though I am English and I am in England and things have been ramping up over here, folks, you will not catch anything through listening to the sound of my voice.
It's pretty much over here too. So
yeah. So anyway, so that's that. So this week I wanted to talk about something joyful.
Yes,
everybody loves. Let me ask you a question, Noran. Have you ever seen the Muppet movie?
Yeah, duh.
First Muppet movie. So you will know that the first Muppet movie starts with the song, "Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side?" By Kermit the Frog.
That's actually a really good Kermit.
Thank you very much. I've been.
My wife calls him Kermit, and it breaks my heart.
Does she say it like this? Kermit.
It's more in her voice.
Yeah,
but it's more like it's more.
She needs to put on the Miss Piggy voice. Otherwise, can I tell you a really filthy joke? I'm wondering if we'll get away with this.
I don't. Maybe.
I'm going to say it anyway, because we all need a laugh in these sad times, and I don't think that younger people will actually get this. What's green and smells of pork?
Okay.
Kermit's finger.
From that time when he was deaf.
I'll get my coat. Anyway, I thought it's about time. Oh dear.
Looks easy, folks.
You're drinking from a Silver Surfer mug. That's wonderful.
I am.
Show me this. Right, picture of that for the tasting notes. That's brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
I've had it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Since I was like a teenager.
Wow. What's that say? Universal Studios.
Islands Adventure.
Oh, that's cool.
Marvel Island over there. This was one of the first things they had.
That is absolutely brilliant. I've never seen that before in my life.
See, you're the only person that thought that was cool. Everyone else is like, gosh. And I'm like,
no, mate. No, I'm a sucker for a good mug. I've never seen a black cat mug. But I'm sure they exist. So I want to talk about rainbows, because it occurs to me that although a lot of people who listen to these episodes, we assume that everyone knows what we're talking about, that they know what's what. But I remember when I first heard the term rainbows, I had to ask the person what it meant. And I think they were like, don't you know what a rainbow is? And I don't want people to think, if you're new to the hobby or you're just getting into it, I'd rather we do episodes for you as well. So a rainbow, the term rainbow, and I've got a couple of posts that I saved from where we talked about this on group.
It was me.
No, you didn't.
I did. It was me. I'm taking responsibility for it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I heard the term rainbow before I knew you, like a good 2 years before I knew you.
You like physically knew me, yes, but psychically we were connected.
All right. If you want to take credit for it, that's fine.
No, I won't. It wasn't me. I've done other ones, but I won't take rainbow.
So a rainbow is basically in many sets now you have different versions of the same card. So Marvel Masterpieces is a prime example. So you will have in the 2016 and 2018 sets, you had, let's just say, for example, it's card number 1. Okay. Card number 1 would have had a base card version, which would have had silver foil effect on the front and have been numbered to, I think it was $14.99.
Tier 1.
Yep. So card number 1 would always be in tier 1 on those sets. So, and then Marvel Masterpieces also had a parallel set, which was a gold signature, which was unnumbered, but it was effectively the same art. But the effect was it was a gold foil, and it had a facsimile of either Joe Driscoll's or Simone Bianchi's signature on it. And then you would have had a what if version, so same artwork but positioned in the framing of the first comic book that they appeared in, so the cover. So you will see either, whatever it was, Strange Tales or Amazing Spider-Man or whatever. So it's mocked up to look like that artwork, but used on the first issue that character appeared in. Then you will have in Mob Masterpieces, you had an orange parallel set, which is number 299, I believe.
Yep.
And so basically the same card, but all the foiling and stuff will be orange, and then you have a purple parallel, and which is number to 199, and then you may have a 1 of 1. There's only one of these in existence on that set, which is a red, and then you may have printing plates for that card. And in the case of Marvel Masterpieces 2018, there might be a PA version of that artwork. So basically, if you're collecting,
also the 2 autographs.
Well, in that particular set's case, yes, there's also an autographed version of the base card and the what if card. So if you're going to go for a rainbow, which is effectively one of each of those, okay? Now, given the fact that in Marvel Masterpieces 2018 and 16 specifically, there's only one copy of the red, only one rainbow with all of those cards in is possible. But generally speaking, a rainbow is when you've got one of each type of card that's in that set. Now, sometimes in sets, it might be a character rainbow, so there might be only one base card, then there might be a chase card with different artwork, so not a different version of that base card art. And you might have a sketch card, and you might have another type of chase. So in some sets, you've only got 3 or 4 cards.
Yeah.
And you can also do that set.
Yeah, you can also do like inserts. So like if you can have a rainbow of Iron Man, and the Iron Man featured on the base is different artwork than Iron Man featured on the canvas or the gallery.
Yep.
And the gallery has 3 variations of that artwork and 3 variation chases.
Masterpiece sets. Yep.
Masterpiece sets. So like you can have all the plates and 3 Iron Man from that gallery set, and that could be a master rainbow. And that's from our good friend Frank,
that's right. Yep, Frank,
who rocks that out.
Frank.
And people tend to have a sketch as well, sometimes with the rainbow.
Yeah,
just because it's variation. You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to do any of this, but yeah, that's what people usually call a rainbow.
You don't have to collect cards. You don't have to do it all. But we're glad that you do at least one of those things.
Yes.
We shouldn't give them any reason to switch off. So let's, mind you, the number of people who still switched on after that Kermit joke is probably a minimal. So we
have our core audience right now.
We very much have the core audience right now, hanging on by a thread. So I think the thing with rainbows is to say that I think that some people will go to the grave saying that you cannot have a true, and I'm holding speech quote fingers up in the air now, a true rainbow without having like a 1 of 1 in there, like a plate or a sketch or even the red. To that I say poppycock, because that makes it an exclusive and elite thing, and I don't think that the fun of collecting should be about exclusionist excluding other people within.
This is true.
So for me, I think a rainbow. And actually, someone said it really well on one of the posts. Let me just scroll down. I think someone phrased some. Here we go. I'm going to give a shout out actually to Hilton Locke. And also to Josh Cudney. So I'm going back on a post on the group. There was a couple of times this was asked last year, and I've always wanted to talk about this on the podcast. Hilton said, collect what makes you happy. So, from that point of view, I, for example, know that for Black Cat, for Marvel Masterpieces 2016, I will very, very, very unlikely ever get a plate or a signature without paying ridiculous money for it, even if it was to come on the market. So I'd be more than happy with just having the base, gold, the purple, the what if, and an orange. And I've already got a sketch. So fine. That's my rainbow.
That's clean. That's as clean as you can
that's
have
nice.
It,
And Josh has followed up with, I agree, it varies from person to person, including what you want in your rainbow. I know some get a sketch card of the character for their rainbows. Sketch cards aren't my thing, so I personally don't. I like trying to do plate rainbows, all 4 colors, which is a really difficult thing to do, but some people go for that, and that's what they think. Someone else has chimed in, a fellow named Justin McDonald. Good evening, Justin. I've always defined rainbow by meaning 1 copy of the base in speech marks card and 1 copy of every parallel available of the specific card. So, different people go different ways for it. But yeah, you used a phrase earlier on, a master rainbow. Other people have said ultra rainbow. So obviously, if you're really, really, really pushing for it and you want absolutely everything, you might go for the original art that was used in the production of that card. Now, that's obviously not something that's going to be available for everyone to do. In terms of price point, et cetera, but there are other fun ways you can do it. So, for example, stepping away from Marvel Masterpieces, which tends to have a lot of very exclusive stuff, you could build up quite a nice rainbow on the PMGs on Fleer Ultra X-Men, which is Spider-Man,
so underrated.
Yeah,
and in Fleer Retro, where PMGs first made their appearance in 2013. Those metal cards were out there as well.
Yeah.
But what was really nice is what's on EPAC right now, which is, the X-Men was on there, but the Spider-Man Ultra has great series of PMGs.
They are.
I think they're great, yeah.
So PMG, for those who might not know, is precious metal gems. And that's from my understanding, I think Frank might have said this on the Character Club episode, that the PMGs came over from the sports side of the hobby.
Yeah, just like Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jambalayas, I'm really mixed about Jambalayas. I can't.
I always love them more in person.
Yeah.
Because they don't tell you how large the card is.
Yeah, I've got the 1 for Black Cat, but it doesn't sing to me. I don't hear its siren's call when I go to my Black Cat binder. But some people put together their own rainbow. So they go, okay, I just want to do like a team, for example, from a set.
Yes.
And that might be, a lot of people hold that a rainbow should be a specific character, but some people just go for it, or say, right, I want to go for that team. So, for example, in Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, for example, you could go for multiple versions of Gwen Stacy if you wanted to.
Yeah.
There's multiple Gwen cards in there. There's multiple Spider-Gwen cards in there. So if you were going to go absolutely bonkers, you could really fill your boots. And the same with Fleer Ultra X-Men. The number of different cards that have different incarnations of Magneto or Wolverine or, those big popular characters, you could put together quite a nice, 3 or 4 card version of that art for that character. And then you could, in the metals, you could go for that character as well. So it's different artwork, but it's the same character.
Yes.
So, I just think it's really cool.
I think it's great. I think there's variations galore on that.
Yeah. So
that's what I like about the term so much.
Yeah. So you can kind of go whichever way you want to. And, I think true rainbow or full rainbow or, master rainbow or ultra rainbow, I kind of get, because they're referring to when you get like the original art and probably all 4 plates and that kind of thing. And that's
yeah. I think a master rainbow is always like extreme.
So, but generally speaking, it's a pretty cool way to collect. I really like it. Some people have said, basic rainbow, which is kind of what I described in terms of the Marvel Masterpieces side of things. But there's so many different ways to do it. Now, I know that you have achieved at least one recently with your spot.
My spot. So I have the spot rainbow.
Flare Ultra Spider-Man.
From Flare Ultra Spider-Man. So the only thing, I have the original artwork, which was colored digitally. So I have the pencils that Cacao used to scan and then color.
Yeah.
And I have every variation, which is the 3. So the base card, the foil, the rainbow base, and then the web base, web foil, rainbow web. And then I have the autograph, and then I have the yellow plate, and then I have a sketch by my man. I think it's the best spot sketch I've ever seen.
Oh, is that the PJ one?
That's the PJ one.
Yeah.
And I got to give a shout out to my man, Chris Elliott, who I'm sure it was Chris Elliott, who had that card for some time and traded it to me. I traded
nice.
He's a gem. I love that guy. He traded me that for a Anthony Tan Iceman Marvel Beginnings.
Oh, that's a decent trade.
It's a decent trade, especially for that spot card. And Iceman is a bigger character. It's true, but that spot card was hands down the best spot card I've ever seen.
That's lovely. Well, what I'm going to need is we will put pictures of Norrin's rainbow. Hopefully you can get them all into one picture.
You know what? I've been wanting to do a nice little picture.
Well, why don't you try and get a really nice one-shot picture of your full rainbow.
Yeah, I'm going to
art in there as well. I will try and do similar for my rainbow in progress.
Ooh.
Based around my Cacao. I hope I've pronounced that right. Sorry, sir. I keep murdering your name. That's the same. That's the original artwork from the Black Cat from Flare Ultra Spider-Man 2017. Again, the pencils that we both own, Norrin and I, from that artist, are the final physical version, because then he goes on to scan it in and finishes it digitally. So this is the original artwork without the colouring and
I love the pencils. I've seen that in person. That piece
it was with you for a while, wasn't it? So
it's a beautiful piece.
It made it back. I need to get it.
That's one of my favorite Black Cats I've ever seen.
It is astonishing, and I've got 2 of the plates of it.
You have 2?
I have 2 of the plates.
I'm so mad at you.
Yeah. I have. I need to give it. Who hooked me up with at least 1, maybe 2 of them. It might have been Armand. So thank you for that, Armand. The train of thought has left the station. What else have I got? Yes, in the mail from you, there's a package on its way to me that has the rainbow foil in it.
Which looks so good.
So I'm closing in on that one. That's a pretty decent rainbow coming together. I've also got from Marvel Masterpieces 2018, and not all of the cards are in this 9-page because I've got more than 9 cards, which is frustrating. But that is my Wonder Man rainbow. So what I'm holding up here, and this will be in the tasting notes as well, is card number 1, which is why I went for that example of Marvel Masterpieces 2018, is Wonder Man, the character Wonder Man. And it's not a character that I was massively familiar with, but I remember as a header card, interestingly, I often associate certain sets with certain images because it's the header card. Because you remember when you used to get sets and the first card you could see, in some sets they're designed to be like a presentation card, and in some cases they just happen to be card number 1. So obviously when you look at a Marvel Masterpieces 2018 set, if it was stacked up, remember you used to be able to buy base sets that were kind of wrapped in cello wrap from dealers. Well, with 2018, because they're such thick cards, you probably would never do that. But I still think of this as the header card, because it's the first card you see. And it's quite a bright piece for that set. It's got a lot of white space in it.
Like the dagger piece too.
Yeah, it's got a lot of I just really love it, and I've really gotten into the character.
I think it's a great piece.
I've gotten into the character as a result of liking the art.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
this is really interesting. I've started reading some books with him, and I've got the there was a solo series in the late 80s, 90s, and the first issue of that is a Sienkiewicz cover.
Whoa.
Wonder Man, which which is just there. I'll get it in a moment and show you. But I have the base, the gold sig, the what if, and then there's the purple. In the middle is the red, one of one. So which is what I got, and I built the rainbow around it. The legendary orange, I've got here the regular
Silver Spectrum auto.
Silver Spectrum. I've got the what if one over there in that pile ready to be sorted, and I've got the same color plate from both actually, which I'm quite pleased with. I think it's the yellow.
Yeah, that's the yellow.
It works with the yellow plates are often a bit of a marmite. You either love them or hate them. And some cards they don't work at all. But some
I really like the yellows. They always surprise me.
They look okay.
I think the yellow one's really good on that because you get all that detail.
Yeah, you do, and it's lovely. So I've got one of each plate, so I'm happy with that. I've stopped there. And the only thing I'm missing is the PA card, which I do own, but I own it as part of my PA set, so I need a spare one to go with this, which is PA card number.
You got a full 14. Rainbow there, man.
And of course, it'd be nice to own the preliminary art, but I'm happy there. I'm more than happy with that. It's really good, and the other interesting thing is that both of us were very fortunate on this particular set as well. This is turning into a excuse me, there's my binder clipping closed. Both of us were really fortunate on this set to be able to purchase from Simone and his sister Gloria directly some original, very early sketch preliminaries, kind of storyboards, I guess they would be described as.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah.
So
there are 3 stages to Simone's artwork. Yeah. You have this kind of layout stage where he did maybe on one sheet that was like 11 by 17 sheet, he would do like 3 characters or, and then some post sketches of that character variations as well. And then the second was the preliminary art, which was used as inserts for the set, and some were sold separately and he did later artwork on. And they were fuller, bigger pieces, maybe on a full page, single space, a single page exactly for that character. And then of course the final piece.
Yeah. And then, so I bought one from them that had Deathlock, Triton, and Jessica Jones, which is beautiful. So what I will probably do with these is I don't think I'm going to try and rainbow them because that'd be a bit bonkers. What I would like to do is get this framed.
Yes.
With the preliminary art card for each character.
That's what I want to do.
The base card art with each character. So
well, I have, and mine is the, I love mine so much. I have the Psylocke, Colossus, and Archangel one.
Oh, that's right. That's beautiful.
I snagged that fast. Someone actually had that on order.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't available. Like when I got all of your guys, like when I was, was in contact with Gloria, who's a godsend. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Simone. Hope you guys are okay.
I think they're going a bit stir crazy from
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
But no, they were rock stars, and someone, opted out on that prelim.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. At the 11th hour, like no joke. Cause I only had the ones that I showed you guys at first. And then like a week later, they were like, so someone said no to this. And I was like, okay. Because I was looking for one for me, but I didn't see any characters I was like dying to have.
Yeah, I wouldn't have normally gone for these characters, but I wanted to own. Yeah, I wanted to. Deathlock, I especially love. Did I ever tell you that the actor? You'll know the actor J. August Richards, who was in Angel.
Oh yeah,
who played Deathlock in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really?
I posted on the Daily Masterpieces on Instagram a Joe Jusko Deathlock card,
Yeah.
And I tagged him in it as I've started to tag actors, and he replied and said, "That's really cool." That's a nice one. Yeah, he's really cool. He often actually interacts when I comment on his
What a gem.
posts. I've just been nicely interrupted at this point by JASON _Montoya _artist on Instagram commenting on a post that I'm tagged in. When I say me, I say our Instagram feed at the MCC Pod, folks. Throw us a follow. JASON Montoya was our artist intro this week.
Yes, he was.
The JASON is really cool because JASON's really supportive in that he let me share my screen and we can feast our eyes on his wares together. Because JASON, whenever he posts something on Instagram, he tags our Instagram for the podcast, which is really cool. So his Instagram is his main kind of thing. He's a sketch card artist for Upper Deck, Cryptozoic Tops, Attic Card, Viceroy Cards, pretty much anyone who makes cards. And he's posting a lot of his Marvel 80th cards at the moment, along with some other sets that he's worked on, like DC Comics Bombshells, Spider-Man Far From Home. There's a Star Wars one there with Kylo Ren. There's some really random characters popping up on his, like Jack of Hearts is a character you don't often see pop up on
not at all
sets. But
it works so well with his style too.
Yeah. I really like it. He's very. I like his use of color. It's just really bright, really bright actually.
And it probably really pops on the card too.
Yeah. I've not yet got any. So I'm just looking at someone's commented on his Iron Fist sketch card, Marvel 80 Years. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's awesome.
It's very interesting. Look at his signature.
I know, that's so cool.
You see that? It's kind of like I don't know. It looks like it could be
Japanese,
kind of Oriental characters. It's kind of on that vibe. It reminds me of some of the really intricate line work that Stephen Miller did, because I know he studied and does a lot of that Japanese style art.
Oh, interesting.
So that's
maybe he's on that anime set.
Oh, look at that Morbius! Look at the eyes.
Oh wow, that came out really well.
Oh, he's nailed that. And he's worked it really well with the border as well, because those borders can be a challenge for a lot of artists. But let's just check out something here. Look at the background he's put on it. So he's given it a background frame.
Yeah, I see it.
Post. I like that. What's he done?
I think that's actually
got a similar thing going on.
The background for Morbius was the Far From Home poster.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's a prelim. There's a progress of the
blue line. Yeah, nice.
That is nice. It is that there's a Spider Woman from that set. Yeah, I love it. I really like his style.
Me too. Star Wars
from Star Wars. Leia.
Oh yeah,
these are cool. Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty set.
I've never seen Rick and Morty. I don't get it. I'm going to put it out there now. I don't get it. Someone has tried to explain it to me. I don't get it.
I thought the first couple of episodes, the first 5 were really smart.
We don't have it over here.
Yeah, I ended up stopped watching it. I know this probably people are going to be pissed, but I felt like, and this might have dropped off. This might have just been like the end of season 1, the beginning of season 2. It just felt kind of like, I don't know, it kind of offensive, like not even in a funny way, kind of like in a sausage party way. Like it just wasn't funny. It was just like, well, this is a stupid movie. It's a horribly racist, offensive.
I know.
But it felt like that. It felt like you were laughing at. It was just really dumb.
Have you ever been given the challenge? All right, I'm going to give you a really ridiculous word, and you have to get that into your either client meeting or the phone call or lecture or something like that. You have to work that word in a way that people don't notice it. So was your challenge for this episode that you were going to try and use the expression sausage party?
Yes, it was. It was before this. I was like, you know what? This is my time to shine. This is when it's happening.
Yeah, you almost pulled it off. Werewolf by Night. Look at that.
Nice. It's very pop art. It's very pop art. It's very cool.
Drax, I really like it. They're kind of.
That's a funny joke.
That joke is hilarious.
I like his stuff. I mean, the colors on those sketch cards must look.
Yeah, they're so vibrant and bright.
Very, very bright. Oh, doppelganger. Very cool.
Ooh. Right, yeah, that's stuff of nightmares. That might have to save that for a Halloween episode. Look at that.
Hey, Halloween episode.
No, that's Demo Goblin.
Demo Goblin. Did I say Hob? Whoops.
You did. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Lost all my cred.
I have to say it's very easy to, because they had to properly. Demo Goblin's like a caricature of Hobgoblin, because Hobgoblin's gnarly enough.
Yeah. And Demo Goblin is an actual demon.
Yeah.
Right? From another dimension or something like that.
So. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Jason, thank you.
Awesome work, man.
For your support, sir. It's absolutely wonderful stuff. He's also on Twitter at JMontoya Artist, and it's worth going to his Twitter just to look at the header, which as a Sega fan and a Shinobi, the video game fan, is absolutely in my wheelhouse. He's also on, oh my goodness, there's stuff on Amazon for him. He's got a Facebook page. He's got the Art of Jason Montoya, which I think is his website. So we're going to pop all this. Yeah, it is a blogspot. So we're going to pop all this in the tasting notes and go and check him out and get yourself something commissioned. They're pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So thank you. Thank you for that, Jason. Let me just scroll back up. Marvelous stuff. I'm loving these artist intros because they really kind of not force us to, but we see an awful lot of cards. So it kind of makes us stop and pay attention to one particular artist's style and just appreciate it for a moment.
Yeah.
And just have a little think about it, which is nice.
I think that's what's so lovely about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is this little moment here where we get to just look at one person's artwork and, you know what I mean?
And it's kind of like, the artist's helping us out. Hopefully we're helping them out. And hopefully it goes both ways. I was having a chat with last week's intro artist, Brandon Warren. Good evening, Brandon, because I know you listen. He sent us some feedback from last week, which was really sweet of him, actually. His day job is on the front line of what's happening with the global situation at the moment. So, Brandon, stay strong. Thank you for doing the job you do. Obviously, he does the artwork for our eyeballs.
Definitely does.
He does it just for us.
It's
like that in the Omen movie. Where the nanny goes up to the roof and goes, "It's all for you, Damien. It's all for you," and then jumps off the roof.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't think it's quite like that. Sorry to scare the kids, but it's on that wavelength. He sent me a little note. Thank you, Brandon. Podcast was fantastic. Always informative. Always a little funny. Just a little.
Just a little.
I appreciate the kind words and for thinking of me for a feature spot. Thank you for doing the intro. I especially like the fact that you noticed the slight shift or evolution in my style as I become more confident and comfortable with a small surface space. So you remember me saying that between the sets, it looked like there was a variation, and he was kind of like, yeah, thank you for spotting that. I always want people to be able to identify my style and know, hey, that's a Brandon Warren. Though the style may change and evolve from set to set. So and I love the fact that there's so many different kind of trademark styles that we're starting to see. I, for one, will always know now when I see a Jason Montoya card, that signature that he does on the card is just beautiful in and of itself.
It really is.
I really like it. So thank you for that. Now, what else did I want to talk about this week, Noreen?
What else did you want to talk about this week?
Just kind of a weird thing that I noticed happening.
I'm interested.
Is that there's been a lot of, and this started happening before the kind of current sitch. A lot of big spenders and big players have been leaving e-packs.
Yes, a lot of people are starting to leave.
But especially the big spenders and the big players. And I think a lot of it, from what I've seen people writing on the entertainment forum on e-packs, was down to the Marvel Premiere set.
Yes.
A lot of people spent big money on. Some people, to be completely fair, to Upper Deck, some people, by their own admission, said, I kind of got what I wanted to from it. Because a lot of those big spenders were there and became big spenders because they really dig the MCU cards.
Yep.
So they were buying bulk and volume of that because they wanted the the autographs of the main actors, and that is a big draw for people.
It really is.
But at least 2 or 3 of the people that I probably traded with on a fairly regular basis have gone.
Wow.
One of them even did a countdown on comments on the forum and said, right, it's Wednesday the 18th of March. And then it was like 3 days. And it was like, 2 days. I'm going to be taking it all off at 12 noon on Wednesday the 18th of March. And he has. And, I think he's moved a lot of it to ComC. In fact, well, he would have done because he's closed down he's cleared out his camp. So I just thought it was interesting to see. I think there's going to be a big shift in things over the next couple of months by nature of what's happening globally at the moment. I would be very surprised if some products that were going to be physical now end up being e-packs only. I wouldn't be at all surprised if some products end up being put back because of the nature of getting sketch cards, for example, back from people. So I don't know. I'm kind of speculating at the moment, but it's going to be an interesting few months for the hobby.
It's going to be a very interesting few months for the hobby. I'm interested to see where we all start going with this and what we're thinking about.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I kind of need my thoughts to coalesce a little bit more, but all businesses are in trouble at the moment.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, mine included. And, so it's affected me personally. I'm sure it's affected a lot of people in the hobby. So the good thing is it makes you appreciate what you have. Mm-hmm. Because we're always on the hunt for more cards. We're always on the hunt for the next set. Actually, what it's made me do is actually sort out my loft space here. And get my collection in one place and start sorting through some of these binders, getting stuff ordered, getting stuff put away, and actually just appreciating what I've got physically here without worrying about the next set or the next e-pack trade. So, a little bit of a pause wouldn't be the end of the world from my point of view.
No, I think a little bit of a pause is always nice.
Yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen. But in the meantime, it's nice going off on these little side quests of product that's already been out there for quite a while.
I agree.
As you've experienced and discussed, and we've talked about at length on a few of these episodes. I'm not going to do a pack of the week this week because, which I thought was it's quite a nice thing to do, and I like doing it. But I have, for reasons I've already said, I kind of need to stop buying packs on e-packs. I am, however, sharing my screen with you now, brother Norin. So
screen sharing.
I'm going to do. I'm actually going to video my screen because I don't know how to do screen share on my laptop because I'm a bit rubbish. So this will be a rather interesting little soundbite video thing. So on my screen here is my collection, and I'm going to filter it to don't edit descending because whilst we were on air, I had a trade complete that gives me a 10th base card of Black Cat from their Ultra Spider-Man.
Nice.
I open this up, you'll see I've got 10 of them there. And if I hit this little button here that says combine 10 items,
do it.
I will get a silver foil variant of that card. So let's go. Now, hopefully this will work because the animations are on. Do I want to redeem those? I do. Here they go. Oh, that animation is very satisfying. Doesn't work for Toffee on a mobile phone. Look at that.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Now,
you know what? I'm going to buy a pack.
Are you going to buy a pack? Are you going to do it?
Buy a pack.
Okay, that's fine. You're not affected by the exchange rate.
So you can watch. And I'll go ahead and because that looks so good. I'm going to do it.
Stop sharing. Right. Okay. I'll let you. What you need to do is when you finish, do a little screen cap of the 5 cards. So if you're going to do a Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, for example, do a little screenshot of the 5 cards laid out, because I put that in the tasting notes now.
I love it.
I'll also take a photo from this end. Oh, I like your desktop picture. What's that? Is that the island in The Last Jedi?
Is that the what?
The island in The Last Jedi where Luke hides out.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
It's not really, is it?
It's not. No. It's just a desktop wallpaper for me.
That'd be a pretty good place to be right now.
So what are you looking at on my screen right now?
I can see your desktop and that's it. I can't see any browser windows.
You can't see any browser windows?
No. Okay. This is going so well.
This is going so well.
Yeah. Let's get some. But while you figure out what's going on there, no, I think when you share screen on Zoom, there is an option that you can tick, and I think it does the browser windows as well.
Yeah. So I have to quit Zoom in order to start recording it because I didn't have my permissions up. So I'm going to record this and I'm going to describe to you what I've pulled.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and
hang on. You stop sharing. So you can
only see my wallpaper, right?
Yeah, but you can start sharing it. So when you click share at the bottom, it will give you some options: screen, whiteboard, etc. There we go. Now I can see your screen.
Got it. Okay, good.
Marvelous.
So
I was about to do some whole music.
I thought I would need to quit the program.
I was about to do the rest of the Rainbow Connection by Kermit the Frog. The video of which, however, I am going to put in the tasting notes because we can't actually play the song. Don't buy a pack.
Just kidding.
Marvel Premiere. While you go through that purchase thing,
yes.
So from The Last Jedi, that island with the porgs on and the blue milk, that sounds like a pretty nice vacation spot right now. Why don't we just go there? Why don't we just go there and just hang out with porgs?
I'm happy to do that.
You can roast them as well, apparently.
See, they're delicious.
Well, Chewie does.
It's in the Star Wars universe. Right? If Chewie enjoys it,
Chewie enjoys them. Yeah, that was slightly scary.
You know that was good. Okay, don't even lie. You were impressed.
All right, I'm just going to go and stroke my Tony Perner Spider-Gwen. And
Ian has a tear coming out of his eye because of how amazing that impression was. So I just want that on the record that he was touched by that.
I was waiting for you to do a purchase. The purchase process on e-packs is fine. It is what they need it to be, but sometimes you need it to be a bit quicker. Right. Okay. So I'm watching this.
Pack. All right.
Right. Okay. Single pack. Fleer Ultra Spider-Man.
Single pack.
Pack of the week.
Spider-Man.
Right. Spot plate.
Bing. All right. 3, 2, 1. Clicking open. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. First card.
Cat plate. Oh. Mary Jane Watson. Nice. Oh, that's a web foil of... I can't see
that guy.
I can't see who it is from here.
Rocket Racer. Boomerang. No.
Boomerang.
Deadpool. So we got some good ones, though. We got some base. Got Mary Jane Watson.
That's nice.
Okay. We got a web foil that Ian will probably need.
Who is that? I can't read that.
Goldbug.
Oh, Goldbug. I don't know.
Maybe. It's yours if you do.
Bless you, sir.
Rocket Racer. Boomerang. Which I like. I like this card. I like Boomerang. And then we got one of the Deadpool inserts where he is in Seattle. Fleeing.
Oh, yes. Right. So if you minimize that.
There's that.
Lovely. Oh, no, you've opened it again. Close it down. I'm just taking a photo.
Oh, take a photo.
Go. Lovely. There we go. Marvelous. And that way I've got it just in case. We don't
Perfect. And
yes, I have no idea if I got that or not. I'll have a look in a minute. Oh, this is the excitement. It's the excitement of building something like 3 years after it came out. Building something I never realized existed. Do you remember I was talking about Maybe I wasn't talking about it. I don't know. But in one of the sets that I've been collecting, I flew out to Spider-Man. That's right. There were these coin cards.
Yes.
That have the value in coins from the year the comic came out. So the coins are dated from that year, which is a really nice little touch, actually, of how much that issue cost. So if it's a 12-cent comic, it would be a dime and 2 pennies, for example. I never realized they existed, but on the Doctor Strange set, there is an insert set, 18-card insert set called Strange Change.
What? Really? That's
Who
awesome.
knew that existed? Oh, I'm going to share my screen and show you one of them. I just think it's quite a funny thing. A fellow on the group pulled one. I said, "Oh, that's quite interesting." I said, "Have a look and see if you want anything for it." And of course, bless him, he did ask for something that was worth like 5 times the value. So I don't think it's going to happen. But this is a Strange Change. Look at that.
Oh, wow. I really love the design of that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd never seen them just because it was the MCU set.
Wow.
But
I've never seen that.
But because it's got the comics on there, I'll go for it. And that's the thing. This is why I wanted to say this, is that a lot of people avoid the MCU sets because they're into the art cards and stuff. But what I often find with these MCU sets is that they often have subsets that feature the comic covers or some of the art from the original, or they pay homage to the original issues that the movie was based on in some way. So I remember the Avengers set, for example, had a Thor covers subset. The Iron Man one had Iron Man covers.
Yeah.
So if you're into getting cards with comic cover art reproduced on them, they're a really nice thing. But I didn't know this existed. You've received a trading card that contains a 1968 dime and 2 1968 pennies. The original price of the comic depicted on the front of this card at the time it was published. Enjoy your original coin card. How cool is that?
I love that.
I really like it. I'm going to save a picture of this actually, so I can put it on the tasting notes. But I just think it's a really fun, nice idea.
I think it's great.
And hats off. They're fun inserts. That's what I like about them. So, as long as Upper Deck keep putting out sets that have that kind of fun element to them and keep revamping things, as they said they were going to do with Marvel Annual, then, all power to you. But yeah, I really like it. So anyway, I'll put a picture of that card on there. I don't own it yet because I don't think this trade is going to go ahead with this fella.
No.
But I will possibly counter and see if he wants something slightly different. I don't know what he's up for. He doesn't have a wish list.
He doesn't have a wish list?
No, he doesn't have a wish list. And he's got a fair amount of trading score. So I don't know. The thing is for me, I mean, wish lists on e-packs are absolutely essential. It's one of the first things I'd say, and we need to do e-packs 101 part 2 at some point and go into wish list a bit more, because wish lists, the lack of a wish list often stops me from trading with people, because I'm not psychic. I don't know what you want. You have to guess.
You have to do that.
Yeah, you have to guess. So
you have to guess.
So it's like, I might offer him blonde. He might want brunette. We should probably wrap up the episode there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
Yeah. There's a mood killer if I ever heard one. Norrin, stay healthy, my friend.
Always, brother.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for tuning in.
Enjoy collecting. Oh, nope. Sorry. See, you messed up, Ian. There you go.
Go on. Take us out.
Happy collecting, everybody.
Enjoy collecting, my brethren. Resistance collect is futile. By the way, I'm really enjoying Star Trek Picard.
Picard.
Oh,
I gotta get back into it. I forgot that I had that.
Oh yeah, I watched the latest one. I think there's one more.
I'm gonna watch it.
I can't tell you. I can't talk about what happened in last night's episode. Then
yet.
No,
I'm excited.
No, but if you've there's something that happens in last night's episode that was like gobsmackingly good.
Okay. All right.
That's all I'm going to say.
I'm in.
You're in. Good. Marvelous.
Sure.
All right. Resistance is futile. Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast. You can subscribe via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. Leave us a message via that link with questions, comments, or just to say hi, and we may even play on the show. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Our podcast is at the MCC Pod on Facebook and Twitter, and you can find links on our Facebook page to the two groups MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. On Instagram, find us at MM Collectors and at Sketch Card Hive. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.